My children tell me that declension of nouns also occurs in other language. It doesn't apply to English really. Arab in English is I like you, you like me. That's all the Arab in English is. French, there's no Arab. Children tell me that declension of nouns occur in German, in Russian, and in Latin, for example. But that declension which occurs in those languages is not really similar to Arab. So Arab is unique to Arabic. Only the sister language Hebrew perhaps have some similarities, but no other language has Arab. Let me write here these what has happened to Hamid here in these three scenarios. So we said the case ending. So the case ending, the first one is called in English subjective case. Three cases clearly. So the first one is subjective case. The second one is objective case. And the third one is possessive case. This is also a test of your English spellings. So this is old English terminology. The modern English terminology is nominative case. This will be accusative case. And this will be genitive case. And what is the Arabic terminology? Arabic terminology is raf'a, state of raf'a, raf'un, the state of nasb, nasbun, and the state of jar, jarun. And these names are also very logical. Raf'a means to raise, to be high up. And a subject in a sentence is in a higher state because the person is active. The person who is helping others will be active, going around, making arrangements, etc., etc. And those who are in a less favorable state, they will be waiting for the help and just sitting at one place. So not as active, kind of fixed at one place. And nasb means to be fixed in one place. For example, electrical pole is nasb to the ground. So objective case, nasbun makes sense. Jarun means to pull down, to drag along. And when Hamid's car broke down, Hamid didn't broke down, and because his car broke down, he was also dragged along and kind of became immobile, not as active as he was when his car was okay. So this is the Arabic terminology. This is noun, and its adjective form will be marfu. Halate rafa'a we can also call it marfu. Marfu'un. This we can call its adjective form mansubun. And this will be majrurun. So in Arabic, a noun will be either in state of rafa, state of nasb, or state of jar, or we can say in Arabic a noun will be marfu, mansub, or majroor. Once we have become familiar with this terminology, we will have to rub this up from our brain as well, because these have been mentioned here just to make a connection in our brain and remember this terminology. Because otherwise, if a noun is in a state of rafa, will always be subjective case, but on the other hand, a noun which is subjective case is not necessarily going to be always in the state of rafa. Similarly, a noun in nas will always be objective case, but a noun which is in objective case is not necessarily always going to be in state of rafa. And that applies here as well, that a noun in state of jar will always be a possessive case, but a possessive case is not always going to be in state of jar. So it's important just to remember that terminology and rub this off completely. Okay, so let's look at what we have done up till now. So if we look at Hamid, so Hamid, state of Rafa, Hamid, state of Nasb, Hamid, and state of Jar is also Hamid. In English, no change occurs. Pronouns in English may show change, and this will be he and him here, and majroor form will be his. And when we write this in Arabic, Hamid, we will write in state of Rafa, we will write Hamidun. In state of Nasb, we are going to write Hamidan, and in state of Jar, we are going to write Hamidin. So you can see the change here has occurred, and it is in the terminal part, the end part of the noun, and this is in the form of dun, dan, and bin. So the first part of the noun is the same in three states, and the second part, the appearance of the second part of the noun has changed. So just to save time, what I've done is I have written these states here, right, as some vocabulary. So for example, we can start from Hamid. So it's Hamidun in Rafa, Hamidan and Hamidin. Kitabun, book, kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. Waladun, ladka. Waladun, waladan, waladin. Bintun, ladki or daughter. Bintun, bintan, bintin. We have here Jannatun, garden, Jannatun, Jannatan, Jannatin. Sma'un, sky, Sma'un, Sma'an, Sma'in. Ibrahim, Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. Name of a person. Jahannamu, Jahannama, Jahannama. Masajidu is plural of masjidun, masajidu, masajida, masajida. And then we are familiar with these words. Haza, used for this, demonstrative pronoun. Haza, haza, haza. Allazi is a relative pronoun. Allazi, allazi, allazi. Very commonly used in Quran.